one and equal, your mind one in accord in thinking and purpose for all of you. I commit you all to the same one mantra for thought, goals, and policy, and I vest you all with equal. Are you hearing now? Yes. So the next verse is Samani va akuti samana hridayani va samanamastu vo mano yatha va susahasati. Let your discussion and resolve be equal and common. Your heart, feelings and passions equal and common. Let your thought and will be equal and common so that you may realize and enjoy a commonwealth of peace and progress and all around well-being of all in commonality. So we are here to establish the tradition of a dialogue, and that dialogue interfaith. Few days back I was coming on a bus that was interstate bus. So I thought, what is interstate? Interstate means from one state to another. So now in this summit, are we going to have something like this from one faith to another? No. Our interfaith means above faith, above religion, deep in the religion. Every religion in its depth has some meaning. That meaning is divinity, that meaning is God. So we should go to the level of all depths in all religions. That is our interfaith dialogue. Whenever the religion is used politically or for commercial purposes, it creates inequality, it creates discrimination, it creates division. But when religion is used in the spiritual sense, in the deep sense of your existence, this subjective reality of human existence, that will be producing commonness and welfare for all. That is the purpose of our interfaith dialogue. So now, when we are establishing, and I was very delighted to hear our African sister, Dr. Olurami, when she was talking that they are naming Africa as Mother Africa. Earlier, I was under the good thought that only in India we use Mother India. In no other country possibly people use the word mother with their country name. I wish everyone should use mother word with the name of their country, because what is after all a country? It is not simply a land, it is a part of the land. When we use mother for that part, it means when we will go deep into that concept of mother country, we will go to the level of mother earth, considering earth in totality as a mother. And when we are considering mother earth as mother, it means who is the father? The father is God. So here, when we go into the deep of every relationship, we find divinity, fatherhood of God, motherhood of earth, motherhood of nature, all elements of nature, which my sister was referring to. So what we are in relationship, what is my relationship with Gopinath ji, what is my relationship with Dilip ji, what is my relationship with my sisters and brothers across the world. We are all having the relationship of brotherhood. So when there is fatherhood of God, when there is motherhood of earth, so there will be brotherhood of man. That will be the import of this interfaith summit. When in this interfaith dialogue, means we are not discussing rituals of all faiths. We are going deep into the rituals, deep behind the rituals, deep behind the creation of all those religions. But when the word creation comes to mind, we will have to go to the first stage of creation, when the whole creation, all the hills, all the lands and waters, all the air, everything was created. So when the creation, at the time of creation, God gave his mind to the sages in meditative state. That mind, that knowledge became synonymous with God. God gave himself to the sages. God came in realization of those sages just to tell them what is the purpose of this creation. When God gave them knowledge, that knowledge came to be known as Veda. And UNO has recognized in one of its resolution, I can give the specific resolution also. UNO in 1996 has passed a resolution that Vedas are the book of first knowledge on earth, coming down to the people generation to generation. And when this is the status of Vedas, why not to switch over to that level of creation? When the whole universe was created, there was no discrimination, even no Hindus, no Muslims, no Christians, no other things, no this and that, no division. Every human being was the part of that nature. Every human being was very closely associated with nature. So my submission is, we should, as per UNO, accept Veda as the book of knowledge, and we will find there is no discrimination at all, only spirituality, only going deep into your subjective reality. If we come to realizations, and if I just realize that these are the properties of my country, this is river Ganga where I am sitting, this is Himalaya, this is my land. So all these are objective realities, and all these objective realities are different. My body is different, Dilipji's body is different, Gopinathji's body is different, everyone's body is different, everyone's name is different. So when we go into finding objective reality, we find everywhere a difference. We cannot unite ourselves to the Creator, and we will have to go to the subjective reality to find oneness with the Creator. And when we go on that path and we try to find out oneness with the real Creator, we find oneness with all its creations. I am one with Mother Ganga, I am one with this land, even I am one with the land of America, I am one with Australia, I am one with everyone's house, I am one with everyone's body. There is no difference between me and Gopinathji, only the objective realities are different, subjective reality is one. But the question is how to explain it to the people who are fixed in their faiths, who are fixed in their rituals. So we will have to expose, we will have to train the people with the spiritual concepts. Spirituality, going deep into your existence, is the only common feature by which we can have some commonness, some commonness and some reality between amongst each other of us. So these are the realities of universe which we can find through spiritual courses only. Inside we will find that commonness, and outside everyone is different. So now coming to the practical aspect of this effort, we have our Gopinathji and Dilipji have made huge efforts to, they are working for the last so many days to gather all of us on this one webinar. So my first submission is, now henceforth we shall remain united. If we are 30 or 40 or 60 people, we shall remain united. And I am assuring you, the God is assuring you, the God has assured all of us that when you move on noble path, people join you one by one, because The reality is loved by all in its core. Apparently, they may be loving their rituals, but inside they will love your reality. We should spread this reality. And how to spread it? I am delighted that Shantigiri has come up. Shantigiri is a great ashram. It is not an ashram, it is an appeal to all of you to come and make some effort. Ashram means come and make some efforts, and do some shram. Please come and do some shram. I am sitting here in Paramarth. Paramarth means Param Arth. Param Arth means the supreme meaning. The supreme meaning of life is not in selfish activities. Selfish, and the antonym is Paramarth, that is selfless. Paramarth means selfless. So when we perform anything selfless, it is loved by everyone, because everyone is the beneficiary of our activities. So we must engage ourselves in paramarthic duties, selfless duties, community services, and only that way we can make people realize that brotherhood of man is in realizing the fatherhood of God, the motherhood of earth. So we are all common. So for that purpose, I suggest today, it has just come to me, come to my mind today morning itself during meditation, that UNO was constituted, United Nations Organization. How beautiful is this organization? All the nations of the world united into one platform. Why not to unite all human beings also? Similarly, let us make some effort. We are today a few dozens, we are today 50 or 100, tomorrow we will be 1,000, and then we will lakhs, and then we will be in crores. Let us make an effort and begin it today in the leadership of Shantigiri Ashram, and joining Paramarth Ashram, and joining Arya Samaj, and joining Sanatan Dharam, different organizations, joining reformist Christians, joining all reformist Muslims, joining Sufis, joining saints, all together to form United Noble Humans Organization, UNHO, United Noble Humans Organization. And in Hindi we will call it Sanyukt Arya Manav Sangh. Arya word is a synonym of nobility. It is given by Vedas, and Vedas explain in a verse. It is an instruction. Indram Vardhanto Aptura Krinvanto Vishwam Aryam. Indram Vardhanto Apturaha Krinvanto Vishwam Aryam Apgrananto Aravanaha. That means advance, vibrant, relentless, at top speed, glorifying life, making the world nobler, reducing and eliminating the forces of uncreativity, negativity, and selfishness. So that is the only way. When you start making people noble, they will realize the nobility comes from inside. It is not apparent. It is not a political or it is not a show business. It is not a commercial business. Nobility comes from the core of your life, and in the core is settled the divine forces. When with nobility you are serving others, when with paramarthic mission you are serving others, you are living in nobility. You are living in divinity. So my submission is, Gopinath ji, to accept this and start working on this. I will devote my life forever if you just begin a journey to establishing UNHO, the combination of UNO and WHO. We will be giving to the people spirituality and health together. UNHO, United Noble Humans Organization, संयुक्त आर्य मानव संघ. ओम शांति शांति.